Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review LA Slasher, Death to Reality TV.
Written and directed by Martin Owen, starring Dave Bautista, Danny Trejo, Andy Dick, and Mischa Barton. LA Slasher is about a person driven mad by how popular people are getting based on reality TV shows. And so he goes around and kidnaps all of these stars and tries to teach them a lesson. In doing so, he actually generates a lot more popularity and becomes part of the tabloid himself. So what do we like?
I liked the look of the LA Slasher. I liked the sleek, clean white suit with the white shoes and the contrasting long black hair.
Yeah, he definitely had like a weird rubber mask that was like pretty emotionless. He was very dapper, that's for sure. Yeah. And very, very fitting for the LA lifestyle. I can't imagine it was Andy Dick underneath the mask because the body shape wasn't the same. But I thought Andy Dick's voice going with it was both comical and like creepy. Because Andy Dick is kind of a creepy guy. And it was very fitting because he did a lot of narration when he was doing things throughout the film. And I think it worked for this character. The highlight of this movie is definitely the look, the aesthetics, the camera work, everything from the lighting and the contrasting colors and just all of the cinematography was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and I really liked the location that they used because we have the LA Slasher's lair, which is like under the city, and we're getting this like cat and mouse game going on. On the contrary, we have this like clean white like room that he does all his like kills in, which look really cool, and it looks like an asylum and really well set up.
Another great part about this film was the music. The music and the editing, which kind of went hand in hand, because we had some really cool like 80s style or 90s style music throughout the whole film, and the editing was really well done.
I enjoyed that they used social media to further the story in this film. We get a lot of how the pacing is developed by them tweeting where they're going and us actually seeing the tweets that the victims are saying to the world. It is something that people do every day, and it is real.
And it just shows us how vain we all are as we stare into a camera begging for your attention.
I enjoyed Danny Trejo and Dave Bautista in this movie as the drug dealers. I thought they played off of one another very well, and I just liked that in this one, Danny Trejo was more light and fun with his character.
Yeah.
And of course, Bautista's just a badass.
Okay, now what didn't we like?
To touch on the cinematography, there were moments in this film where they applied the strobe light effect, and it was way too much. I thought they should have kept it more with the asylum look.
A quick shot is fine for the chaotic effect, but when it's just on and it just stays on for so long, it drives you nuts. What also drove me nuts about this movie is how slow and boring it was. I understand what they were going for, and it was more of like an art house style film, but it is really, really slow and not a lot happens. Despite what it sounds like, what the synopsis talks about, despite who's in the movie, like not a lot happens. And if somebody's kidnapped, it happens in like a matter of seconds, and then it just goes on to somebody else talking about themselves, which again, I know it instills the fact that everybody's vain in LA. Okay, we get it, but it just is boring. It's so boring.
What also sucks about the story is the characters and how they're developed, because you find yourself not really caring for any of these reality stars, and I don't really care about the slasher, and I definitely don't care about anyone in this film.
Again, this is probably something like they didn't want to develop the characters because they don't want to show any depth to these people. Fine, but it doesn't make for a good movie.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. As much as we praised it in our likes, this isn't a great film and it's not worth watching. I mean, if you're into art house movies, you might find like more appeal in this. I don't know. It's just not a very good movie. And I can understand why there wasn't a lot of attention. We heard about this 2 years ago when we started the channel after watching Two-Headed Shark Attack. We're like, oh, Brooke Hogan is in a new film. And so for 2 years, we've been waiting for this movie. And we've been tweeting at them like, when's it coming out? Because they pushed back the release date a bunch of times. And they were promoting it very strongly last year. And then they released it without telling anybody, which, you know, that is a sign in itself. If people aren't pushing their own product, you have a problem. Especially considering this is about social media. You'd think that they'd be fucking on top of their game. Now it's time for our final thoughts and ratings. LA Slasher was not a great movie. It did look really nice and the acting overall was pretty solid. However, we didn't have any depth to any character. Whether that was intentional or not, it didn't make for a great film. I really don't think that you should watch this, to be honest, and that sucks because we're usually trying to promote indie horror, but there are just a lot of other underappreciated movies that you should be checking out, and Wolf pops them in the card right there. Go watch some of our reviews of those movies and you'll have a better time. So I'm gonna give this film 1 laundromat arcade out of 5.
I was very excited for this film because I saw the cast, I saw the premise, and I thought, man, this has potential to be an awesome movie. And it wasn't. It was really boring and it dragged out. There was no depth to the characters, so I didn't care who was dying. It's not something you want to watch, and I feel bad for them because I don't think anyone should really be checking this out because you're gonna fall asleep. So that being said, I'm gonna give this 1 hilarious dog outfit out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film if you've seen it. If you haven't and you want to check it out, we do have links in the description on where you can find it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated with our reactions, reviews, and games of What Would You Do.